You will have just, or you should have just completed watching the loan worksheet video for Sarah Buckman. And now, as per the process checklist, we can move on to the serviceability assessment. So I click on serviceability assessment. And again, some of the data in here will have pre-populated because, again, I've already used it as training material. But what we will look at now is we've got our serviceability, our scenario 5 is our preferred scenario, but I can do a serviceability on any number of these scenarios. So I can check whether CBA, ANZ or Westpac, whether it services in terms of their criteria. Obviously, this is a fairly straightforward scenario because it's for training purposes and probably not a reflection of some of the tighter positions that a broker would or might normally experience. So we're looking at it here. We are looking at the split loan of 160. I can update the client financial data here. And what that does is then updates this information. Sarah Buckman, single, postcode, her gross amount of salary and regular overtime, security address. The default, unfortunately, is for for it to have one non-income earning property. So being the investment one that we need to reduce that to nil. And our other commitment here is the credit card. Now, obviously it doesn't show you the living expenses here, but they are assumed in the calculation in the background. They're not demonstrated here as part of the forefront of the servicing model. So we hit calculate and we should get a pass up the top, which we do. Max payment 1,700, max loan amount 295. So like I said, it's a fairly straightforward scenario. Net disposable income, debt service ratio, it's all there for us. We've got our print options there as a PDF and DocX. So summary PDF is probably the one that's more commonly, if not all the time, printed off. Comprehensive goes into multiple and really detailed layers of analysis. So is generally not required for the purposes of approving serviceability. So what we would do is hit a summary PDF and the document would then pop up for us, and then we can download that document and put that in the client file in our documents and then move it across into Podium. And that's what we would normally do. So we're back in here. We can do a calculate again if we had some parameters that weren't quite right, or we forgot a liability, or we wanted to adjust the loan amount, whatever it may be. But I would normally save here. Now, part of the normal processing for a serviceability assessment would be that I would then go on and also do a servicing assessment on a NAB calculator. In this case, if I was looking at different scenarios, if it was CBA or Westpac, I'd do a servicing calculator for their particular internal, if you like, or their servicing model, because they're not always the same, despite the fact that it is a lender product we're looking. There are, unfortunately, some discrepancies between what's in Podium and what the lender actually has and does their assessment on. So even though it says it's a pass or whatever the result is for a particular lender here, it's very important that you also do the lender serviceability calculator and save that as well. All right, we've saved this. We have now completed a serviceability assessment for Sarah Buckman. We've completed the 5th stage of the 9 that we need to go through. So on that basis, we will end our video here, and now you can look out for the video on the quote for Sarah Buckman. Thank you again, and we'll talk shortly.